welcome to Places to Go with Heather Gill. In this episode of People to Know, I am talking to Ron Foglia. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you sure did.
Awesome. Ron Foglia, and he is a stress relief high performance coach. Ron, I'm excited to hear what you got to talk about. Tell us a little bit about this stress relief high performance coaching.
Well, I could sum it up in one sentence. What it boils down to, Heather, is I take the panic out of pandemic for business owners, leaders, and professionals.
I like that. Panic out of the pandemic. Tell us more.
Well, if we step back just a moment and get away from the noise, there's a tremendous opportunity here, an opportunity that we've not seen and probably will never see again for another 1,000 years to leverage what's going on and come out of this pandemic better than you went in. So just think about where you were in March, where you are now, and how you'd like to end up.
Right.
And that's what I do. I help these folks get there.
So taking the panic out of pandemic, I love that. That's an awesome catchphrase. I think that's the best catchphrase I've heard since the pandemic has started. So kudos to you for that. So with coaching and taking the stress relief and doing the high performance, what got you into doing this kind of work?
Well, it's kind of interesting because it all started back during the last recession. I was a consultant working with small businesses, and I realized in working with these small businesses, there was a pattern, and the pattern was the more stress they had, the more difficult it was to solve their problems. So I expanded my consulting to add coaching, and it was stress relief coaching.
Okay.
And the beauty is, whenever there was buy-in, it became very easy to turn the business around, to solve the problem.
Right.
So it was a really valuable tool. But little did I know that some of those tools I developed to help these businesses would literally save my life from devastation just a few years later.
Oh, wow.
Well, my wife, towards the end of that recession, was about 2009, 2010, right in there. She lost her job as a lifelong educator.
Oh, wow.
We decided to take the high road. We dipped into our savings to try to save our home. Being, two-income family, that mortgage payment was difficult to make, and we just couldn't make it.
Right.
Well, we were waiting for assistance to come. That assistance never came. We still lost our home. But about that same time, I had a client reach out to me that I'd worked with about a year before and offered me a job.
Okay.
So I took it. It was our light at the end of the tunnel. I can't tell you how excited we were. So we picked up and we moved, and 5 months later, we learned about the volatility of the oil and gas business. Prices nosedived.
Right.
Fields were closed. The owner laid all of his employees off except for about 4 or 5, including me.
Okay.
So can you imagine that drive home that I had to make, that feeling in the pit of my stomach?
Yeah.
Tell my wife that I just lost my job.
Wow.
I told her, explained it. We literally went into shock for about 2 days. We spoke very little. And it was after those couple of days that I finally realized that it was time for me to swallow my own medicine. And I'll tell you, that's the hardest thing anyone can ever do. I needed to use some of those same stress coaching protocols that I used to help my clients back during that recession to turn my life around.
Okay.
So fortunately, it did. I got traction. I got a job offer from another client.
Good.
But I knew I needed more. So at that point, I got my certification and began to really research neuroscience and brain, a lot of the brain research that was going on there to see what the overall impact is of stress and how to overcome it. And that's how my whole coaching practice evolved. And that's how I've been working since 2012, helping businesses and professionals move their career and life forward.
Oh, that's awesome. So that is quite the story. I did not know that it included so many ups and downs. And man, when you've spent time kind of paying that mortgage down and you end up losing your house, that's very devastating. It's hard for people to bounce back from that. So I'm glad to hear that y'all were able to do that. But it's like the double whammy, because it's like, yeah, we lost our house, but yay, I picked up a job. And then you fast forward not even half a year. And then, yeah, that's tough. But
yeah, and the real kicker there we had $1,000 to our name at that point, and we couldn't pay the next month's rent. So we were within 2 weeks of being homeless.
Oh, wow. It's your story is one that I think will resonate with a lot of folks watching this. And I think that you've got some interesting perspectives, having gone through something similar to what we're seeing right now. Because it's a similar shakeup, but it's different, right? We have a different cause.
Exactly.
We have a similar kind of shaking experience as some people experienced when the market downturn back in 2006, 2007, 2008. So definitely a story to tell. Now, you mentioned neuroscience and reading in and kind of doing some research. Who's like one of your favorite thought people in this field? Because I'm very fascinated with like NLP and like the mind matter stuff. I think it's very fascinating.
One of the top neuroscience researchers that I love to follow is Mark Waldman. He's out at, I believe, St. Mary's Loyola. In Los Angeles. And he's one of the leading researchers, and he's very progressive because he takes his research and he applies it to everyday situations. And he has an MBA program out there where he actually teaches, a lot of these neuroscience and modern psychology strategies.
That's cool. So he's one now. Is he on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, or does he like publish papers, or is he on YouTube? Like, how do we find that guy?
You know what? He has his own website, and that's where I see most of his articles. So you basically get on his email list, and he's always sending things out. And the nice thing is he gives you some really good tips that you can apply. And they're very effective. I use them myself. I love to read his stuff. His research is fascinating. And he combines his research with modern psychology. One of the other people I like, and not really a brain researcher, but it's practical wisdom. And that's Dr. Wayne Dyer. An incredible man, tremendous insight everywhere from his power of intention to just his, down to earth, homey kind of wisdom on how to change your life and change your brain and your mind. And those two guys, they're the mainstay of who I really like to study.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Brene Brown. She's kind of in the same space, a little different. And then Carolyn Leaf is pretty awesome. I've read a book or two of hers. I think she takes a little bit of a different approach. And then, Wayne Dwyer's stuff's good. There's a whole bunch of people kind of in that vein of his, if you will, that I like to kind of tap into every now and then and kind of read about. So very awesome. So with your coaching and what you do for folks, like what's it typically look like? Like, let's say somebody signed up for some sessions with you. Like, what does that usually entail?
What we're going to do, there's a couple ways we start. Obviously, and I always offer a complimentary session so we can sit down to find out what the issues are. And so we have our list of challenges that we're dealing with. Whether it's productivity, whether it's more clients, whether it's profitability, let's identify where we need to go. But where we're going to start is to increase the cognitive strength. We need to increase that mindset to get the stress under control. And one of the things that I do right off the bat is I have some 30 and 60 second stress relief exercises that I teach them and have them use it on a daily basis to keep that stress backed off. You probably know when that stress response kicks in, your brain is only focused on survival. When your brain's thinking about survival, how can you make a good long-term decision for your business, or make the right hire, or make the right proposal for your client that they're going to buy into? It just can't happen because your brain's too limited. So that's the first thing we do. All
right, Ron. So I hear that you'd like to lead us through one of your short stress relief techniques, and I'm all in. What are we doing here?
Well, thank you. I'd love to do that. This I call my 60-second stress buster. It's a very simple breathing technique along with a visualization. So let me explain it, and then I'll actually take you through it. You're going to breathe in through your nose to a 4 count. You're going to see that air entering your nostrils, going into your lungs. You hold it to a 4 count. See it circulating in your lungs. You breathe out to a 4 count, see it exiting the nostrils. And then you see it out in front of you to a 4 count disappearing.
Okay.
About 16 seconds. We're going to do that 4 times.
All right.
Okay, you ready to go?
So do I need to have my eyes open or closed?
You know what? If you're in a place where it's not dangerous, close your eyes. If you're
I think I'm
driving,
pretty safe, but yes, I will.
do it with eyes open.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Sounds good. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, let's breathe in through our nose to a 4 count. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2. One more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. That's just about 60 seconds. 95% of all the people that do this exercise will feel a difference in their body.
Yeah.
Now, scan your body.
Mm-hmm.
Does your body feel more relaxed?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have your thoughts slowed down?
Right. Yeah.
I suggest people do this every 2 hours.
Okay.
Do it at least morning and night. And
Okay.
after about a week, I've had clients tell me that in the afternoon, they don't have that urge for a candy bar. And at the end of the day, their energy level is still high. You're retraining your body and your mind.
All right. No, I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Well, enjoy it. And like I said, please use it and teach your kids. Make it a game.
That's a great idea. Well, good. We could talk shop all day. I'm very fascinated. We may have to get coffee sometime to talk more, but let's go ahead and move on in our interview here. I want to ask you the bonus question, and the bonus question is this: what's your favorite outdoor activity?
You know what? I'd have to say it's hiking.
Okay.
We lived a lot of years up in Prescott, Arizona, up in the mountains of Arizona,
Oh, yeah.
in the national forest, the high desert. Just awesome hiking country. And, we just absolutely fell in love with it. So I'd have to say hiking's number one, closely followed by laying in the sand on the beach.
All right. I dig the beach myself. I love the beach. So Ron, I've got your information on the screen. So if anybody's watching and they want to get a consultation or reach out to you, maybe get some sessions going, we've got your info here. It's Ron at goldentrailcoaching.com, right?
Absolutely. That's right.
And then is this your cell number, work number?
That is my direct cell number.
Okay.
And I will answer it.
There you go. You heard it from the man. He's going to take your call. So if you're interested in this, you know how to reach him right there. So you can reach him there at that number on the screen. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up here. And I'd love for you to take a minute and just give us some words of wisdom.
I think one of the most important things, especially with all the noise going on around us, with the circumstances, take time to really care for yourself. Self-care is really important. Laugh, find some way to have some fun, and forgive yourself. What happens that's going on out there and probably in your business isn't all your fault. So step back, forgive yourself, have some fun, and realize we're all going to come out of this. And if you'd like, I'm there to help you get you that jump start to make sure you come out on the other end better than you went in. Great
words of wisdom from Ron. Let me put his information back on the screen. So again, if you want to reach out to him, just shoot him an email, give him a call. Well, Ron, I appreciate your time today so very much. It was definitely good getting to know you better. I think there's a coffee in our future. I'd love to talk more. I'm Heather Gill, Places to Go, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, Heather.